guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Ariel. If you do not know me, my name is Ariel and welcome to my channel. Today I want to do a video on a topic that might be a little bit more serious, because if you've been watching my other videos, my life been serious as heck lately. So there was some things that was on my mind this morning and I was like, oh, maybe I think I want to do a video about that. So today we are going to be talking about forgiveness. The actual definition to forgiveness is to stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake. I do believe that there's no time on how long it takes to forgive someone. It all depends on your own heart. And not to say like, oh, if it takes you longer to forgive, that means you had a bad heart. No, it's just some things we can't necessarily control how much something affects us. Well, we can't necessarily control how much something hurts us because we don't really, some things we don't see coming. So, you know, you don't really know how much it hurts you until you get hurt or until you realize like, dang, like I didn't even expect to be bothered by this much, and like I'm really bothered by what this person did to me. So I feel like in order to have true and genuine forgiveness, it has to be done on your own time. You can't rush it. You can't force it. But I do believe that there are certain factors that have to be taken into consideration in order to be able to genuinely forgive someone. I want to talk about 5 factors that contributed to me being able to forgive everybody that has ever hurt me in my entire life. Now, some of these things may seem like common sense, but you know, they say common sense isn't common. So I'm going to talk about them and I'm going to talk about why I feel that it's important. These are things that work for me. They might not work for everybody, but it definitely worked for me. And, you know, if I could just help one person be able to, you know, find some closure to something that happened to them, then that's fine with me. So the first thing I want to talk about is space. Yeah, space is very important when it comes to forgiveness, because it's hard to see, it's hard to be able to see a situation clearly if you're looking too close. If you're like, if it's right here, there's so much other things that can be taken that can affect the situation that you can't even see because you're just all up on it. We see things better in hindsight. So I've always been a firm believer of removing myself from a situation in order to be able to reflect, see clearly, and then I'll go back in and, you know, come at a different angle to tackle whatever the situation is. But you have to put space on the situation. If you still have, you know, negative feelings a month later, 3 months later, 1 year later, 3 years later, and you're not ready to address it, don't force yourself to address something if you're not in the mindset of going in with an open mind and an open heart. If you still got your own, like, well, I don't care what you say, I don't want to hear it, don't go trying to don't even attempt to try to fix a situation that you're not, if you're not going in with putting your best foot forward to really solving it. And even if you want to tackle a situation and a person is not ready to tackle it, you have to respect the other party's decision on just respecting their boundaries and the fact that they might not be ready and they may need more time, and then they may reach out to you. And I think that where some people go wrong is that then when the other person is ready to talk about it, they're like, oh, well, I don't want to talk about it no more. I was ready to talk about it then. But, you know, but now, you know, it's like a tit for tat thing. It's just like, no, are you just saying that because they wasn't ready then, or do you genuinely want to fix it and you just being petty? Like, you know, and then at that point, it'll raise that question of, should I even sit down with this person and allow this person even in my space, in my life again? Because look at how they're acting. You know, the whole time you're being petty, but you want that person in your life. Why would you behave that way if you want that person in your life? You know? So putting space on it and respecting another person's boundaries if they're not ready, and allowing them to continue however much space that they need to be able to come to their own conclusions about being able to tackle the situation. So yes, space is very, very, very important. Take space, and if you've heard somebody, give them their space. The next thing I want to talk about, which is also what kind of like a common sense thing, is time. Oh my gosh, yeah, say I've heard this 10,000 times before. Okay, well now you're about to hear it again. You have to put time on the situation. Space and time. All of these things that I'm going to tell you today, it all goes hand in hand. Even though, like I said, this was what worked for me, I personally feel like you have to have all of these factors in order to truly forgive somebody. You have to give it space. You have to put time on it. It's important to put time on things to see, okay, is this how I was feeling in the moment? Or is this how I genuinely feel? You ever meet somebody and you just like, oh my gosh, I'm so smitten. I really like this person. Oh my goodness, this gonna be my man. It's gonna be my husband. It's gonna be my wife. And then, you know, a year later, you be like, I can't believe I thought I really liked this person. Or I can't believe I thought I really loved this person. Like, whole time, that's just how you were feeling in the moment. And baby, feelings are temporary. Do you really care that much? Does it really bother you that much? Is it really important to you? Did you handle the situation the best way? That I think is one of the most important questions, because in the moment we feel so, in the moment we really want to like validate our feelings. We want our feelings to be validated. That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like in the moment we really want our feelings to be validated. So our actions, I did this because you did that. It's like, okay, well in the moment, it may have seemed like that was the right thing to do. But when you look back on it, you're like, okay, well, I didn't really take this into consideration. I didn't take that into consideration. Okay, maybe I didn't handle that the best way that I should have. And even if you think you're being mature about it, and you're like, okay, well, I didn't call you out your name. I didn't say this. I didn't say that. I didn't say nothing. Was that the best way to handle it too? You know, so space and time, two very important factors to consider when you are on a road to forgiveness or trying to forgive somebody, or if you just need help with forgiving a person. The next factor that is on my list is growth. Because, okay, you could say, Area, I put space on it. I put time on it. It's been 10 years. I'm still angry. I'm still pissed off. Okay. Well, let's look. How much have you really grown from the situation? Or are you still living in that moment, living and replaying that moment over and over and over and over and over and over and over again? Growth. You need to grow. You need to grow from the situation in order to be able to truly forgive. Are you still that same person? Of course you're still going to have feelings about it if you are still that same person 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years later. You are still that 7-year-old child, that 13-year-old, that 22-year-old. And you've been frozen in time because of this situation that has happened to you or that you caused, that you can't let go of, because not only do we have to forgive others, we have to forgive ourselves. And honorary mention is change, because I just want to get this bar off for people that believe in change. Change, a person cannot change. They cannot change. They can only grow. And we grow up thinking like, okay, well, oh, well, he could change. He can change. No, he can't change. The only thing he can do is grow. Because if you can change into something that you're not, eventually you're going to change back. But if you grow from a situation, you're not going to go back to repeating that old behavior. People say it all the time. All right, I'm trying to change, but you about to make me go back to my old ways. Baby, when you've grown from a situation, can't nothing take you back to your old ways. Nothing. So you have to be able, there has to be a certain amount of growth, mental growth, that has to take place in order to be able to truly forgive a situation. Forgive yourself, forgive anybody else, whether it's your mama, your daddy, whatever. Because we get older, but not everybody grows. If a person who is literally still the same person and they're saying, oh yeah, I forgave you for that. No, you didn't. And 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to bring it back up. You didn't let it go. How you let it go? You're still the same person. Same person with the same perspective. Which takes me into my next key factor. Perspective. You see how all of these things, they all are like cousins. They all live in the same kind of like little family. Space and time. Growth and perspective. Because when you grow, your perspective changes. You know, Kendrick Lamar said life is about perspective. And when I say that, he was so... When I first heard it, I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. But I feel like at the time, I didn't really see it. I had never seen how perspective can change a person's view. But now I did. Even if a person is wrong, a mature mind can still see their perspective. Yes, it may be an immature perspective, but a mature person is able to be like, okay, I see why you behave that way. Does it make it right? No, but I understand how you feel and how I made you feel. However you may feel. That don't mean it's right. That don't mean you can behave a certain way, but I do understand. You cannot forgive someone with that same perspective. Otherwise, it's just you being passive, like, okay, yeah, I forgive you, but you don't really forgive them because you don't even really feel where they're coming from for real. You know, you don't even understand how they was feeling. So how you forgive them and you don't even get it? Okay, I get it. It ain't right, but I get it. Once you change your perspective, everything becomes so much lighter. Even if the perspective is immature, even if it's just downright wrong, it's like, okay, I get it. You just a fucked up person. But I can't do nothing about that. That's on you, you know? And now I see where you're coming from. Cool. I get it. I forgive you. But I can't bring you with me. I can't bring you with me. And that leads me to my last factor. I think it's just ultimate acceptance. One, being able to accept what happened to you. Because we can when you try to block things out of your mind, it can put you in a denial. And if you got a subconscious like me, baby, even when you block something out in your mind, it's gonna come back up when you go to sleep. Yeah, remember this? Yeah, this right here, this happened to you. My subconscious don't let me run. It don't let me run from nothing. I'll start having dreams about running, and then I'm like, hey, what am I running from in my dreams? Trauma. Stuff that you haven't let go, stuff that you haven't forgiven. And I can honestly say, y'all, I have been having like chasing dreams majority of my life. I want to say they started when my parents got divorced, maybe. After my parents got divorced, for sure. And they didn't stop until, I want to say, they stopped this past year. When I finally was able to sit down and just be, and I started really having to dig deeper into who I am, where I came from, how I came up, and how I have allowed the things to affect me and how I move and how I think. And now I don't have those chase dreams anymore because I'm not running from nothing. I'm not running from anything in my past anymore. I have accepted everything that happened to me, whether it was my fault or not. I have accepted it all. I've accepted the role that I played in it. And the only thing I'm worried about now is my behavior going forward. If you're running from it, you haven't let it go. You don't want to talk about it, you haven't let it go. I honestly don't even feel like I've ever even tried to forgive people for the stuff they did to me. I just chose to kind of let it go, but I didn't really heal from it. I didn't really forgive them. I just chose to not bring it up anymore, you know, because I still wanted the people in my life, you know. But now that I'm older, I'm like, forgiveness is very important because I've seen what harboring anger, jealousy, and resentment can do to a person. I've seen it can take the happiest, most innocent person and turn them into the complete opposite. And I'm not trying to get on that mental health, but it plays a big factor when you are constantly accepting trauma and then passing it off as, oh, I have a good heart, and everybody just misuses me. No, that's being ignorant. To constantly take crap from others, constantly take it on the chin. You're allowing everybody to beat you up. That's not having a good heart. You need to protect your heart. In order to protect and preserve your heart, you have to address anything that can be an attack on it. It has to be addressed, because every seed is going to grow. And if you allow it to grow, you might not like the results from that seed. We can't stop people from hurting us, because we all have trauma that we grow up, and as we bring people into our life and as we meet people, all of this is my inner child triggering your inner child triggering her inner child, his inner child triggering his inner child. Like, we're constantly triggering each other and we're reacting to the being triggered, and we're hurting one another. But somebody has to stop the cycle. And if you are the person that wants to stop the cycle, be prepared that you might not be able to take that person with you. I do believe that some people really do grow, and you can address the situation and you can move forward together. But some people you're not going to be able to do that with, and you'll just have to respect the fact that, I forgive you. I acknowledge what you did. I forgive you for what you did, but I can no longer have you in my life. Because everybody does not grow. Some people will stay the same for the rest of their life. Some people will stay the same way all the way up until they die. And it says more about us if we allow people who harm us, whether it's physically, mentally, or whatever. It says more about you when you allow people like that in your life than the people that are actually inflicting the harm on you. So you have to protect and preserve your heart, because once you've taken so much from people and you go off the deep end, my mama always told me that you have to stay ahead, because once you fall behind, it takes twice as much effort to catch up. Once you go off the deep end, I honestly want to say it ain't no coming back from it, but I believe in God and all things are possible through Him. So it can be done, but it's going to take a lot. And only God knows what you'll lose in the process of trying to pick your life up after you allow people to let you spiral out. We have to take control of our own lives. We have to take control of what we allow. We can't just put everything off on, oh, I just got a big heart. I got a good heart. We have to protect our hearts. We have to preserve our hearts. Because I'm trying to live a long life. I'm trying to meet my grandkids' kids. I'm trying to be a cool great grandma around here. And I'm going to take that as a sign of I need to wrap this video up. So, yeah, you guys, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I'm hoping that anybody that's struggling with things that have happened to them, things that they just can't seem to let go of, maybe you can find some piece of advice in this video that you can use to help you see things from a different perspective, so you can move on and be great and be positive and live a long, happy, and healthy life. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like it, leave me a comment, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.